Hello, welcome to today's class. And in today's class, we shall be straightway discussing about some of the important questions and answer, rather the way the questions should be answers. Many have requested me to deal with the ICC questions, the question pattern, and how to write or how much to write to this answer. So today we shall be discussing some parts of 2018 question paper, and I would also advise to all of you that we cannot do the question answer of all the questions of the previous years, but I do advise that please go through the previous years, at least 2019, 2018, 17, 16, and if possible 15. If you complete these 5 years, of course, as far as your syllabus concerned for the first semester, then I would say that you will be able to answer any question that would come from any chapter. Few tips regarding your questions and answers. First tip is that the setup question we will be discussing today, the second part 2 of 50 marks question. There will be 9 questions, out of which 5 answers you have to write, rather 5 questions you have to attempt. Now each set of question will come from one particular chapter. So if you are covering one chapter, then please cover it thoroughly. And if you do it thoroughly, then you will be able to answer any question. 10 marks will come from chapter, one particular chapter. For instance, chapter of climate, chapter of irrigation, chapter of water resources, etc., etc. Now I have been always suggesting and advising you, by this time you should get the reference book. From my experience, I found I'm not taking any patent. For me, it has nothing to do with any reference book, but I found it very helpful from my experience. The students also have found it very helpful. Please get together with this book. Particular book deals with absolutely the types of question that comes in the exam. Their settings, their answerings, their questions are very much, very helpful. Those who are preparing to get good marks and score good in geography. It is always and always possible to get 100 out of 100 in geography, provided you do the other things very nicely. And now today let us enter into the question answer discussion. So next part is question and answer. So as you can see that on the screen, we are discussing with the question sets of ICSE 2018. Okay, ICSE 2018. Second part 2, and of course it has called 9 questions altogether, out of which attempt any 5 questions. So question number 3 is always, okay, question number 3 always comes from the chapter 3, and actually your book is chapter 2. It is a climate chapter, and it is a common question every year. Set up question from the chapter climate comes, and I would always advise you to do this chapter very nicely. So we have already discussed in the online class, or even the self assessment, this chapter, but still I would just give a different set of question, not from my part. This is from 2018. So first question is, how is the winter rainfall of the northwest part of India different from the winter rainfall of the southeast part of India? And the answer lies here. And the answer lies here. Question number 3, part 1. The question is, your question is the difference between the winter rainfall and the winter rainfall of northwest part and winter rainfall of southwest part. Your answer should be based on the keyword, and the keyword is like this. So in the northwest part of India, the rainfall in the winter, the source we call them the temperate, can you see the cursor? Temperate cyclones. Whereas in the southeast part of India gets rainfall due to the winter retreating monsoon. So your answer is for northwest India, the source is temperate cyclones, whereas the southeast India, both are winter rainfall, the source is retreating monsoon. So focus on the keywords. Next question is just one word answer. Name the state. Name the state. Once again, you can see that. Name the state that is the first to experience the onset of the monsoon. And the second part is, how does the mango shower influence the state of Karnataka? Now, most of you know this answer very well. This is the first answer is the state is Kerala. The Kerala is the first state to get the onset of the monsoon. And what is the benefit of the mango shower? First of all, what is mango shower? Mango shower is the local name. Okay, name of the local winds that blow in the South India, southwest. You can say the majorly in Karnataka during the month of April and May. Then what happens during this month? Why it is called mango showers? Because this influencing the trade of mangoes. Why? Why? Because these winds bring a little rainfall and are good for the growth as well as early ripening of mangoes. Remember, when the mangoes are still growing in different parts of India, and this time because of this rain, the mangoes already starts ripening. So these are the early crops that come in the market with quite high rate. There is a plus point of this mango showers also for Karnataka. It also help in tea and coffee growth. The third part question, give reasons. 1 mark question for each. There are 3 questions. Give the reason for each of the following. Kanyakumari experiences equable climate. Central Maharashtra gets less rainfall than the coastal area of Maharashtra, and Jaipur has the higher annual range of temperature than Mumbai. We have already discussed this kind of questions during the online classes, okay, but this is another type of setup question. First of all, let us ask the Kanyakumari, why is Kanyakumari is having equable climate? First of all, equable climate, what is a equable climate? Equable climate means its climatic conditions remains all through the year almost the same, not during summer very hot, not during winter very cold. It is almost same. And why it is so? Because this part of India experiences moderating influence of the sea and the land breezes. Kanyakumari is in the coastal region. Next question comes the central Maharashtra and the coastal Maharashtra. The coastal Maharashtra is, according to question, is having more rainfall, whereas central Maharashtra is having less rainfall. The simple answer is, between this coastal Maharashtra and central Maharashtra, there lies the Western Ghats. And this Western Ghats, so coastal Maharashtra is in the windward side of the uh, Western Ghats, so it gets more rainfall, whereas central Maharashtra like Pune and other important cities, these cities or central Maharashtra regions lie in the wind shadow or rain shadow area, so they get less rainfall. Finally, Jaipur is in Maharashtra, is having higher range of annual range of temperature than Mumbai. Very simple. Mumbai is having equable climate, being just on the coastal region. On the other hand, Jaipur is quite far away from the sea and land breeze effect. See the answer? Your answer is very clear here, because it is an inland city which is situated away from the coastal area, thus it is far away from the moderating influence of the land breeze and sea breeze. Now write the 3 differences between summer monsoon, season and retreating monsoon season. Summer monsoon and retreating monsoon. Now here is a chart given. You can see the three differences. Very simple it is called explanations are given. Like summer monsoon, the low pressure, remember the monsoons takes place because of the low pressure. Okay, the temperature becomes very high just before the monsoon, so called the summer southwest monsoon. We have got terrible, it is called summer in India, due to which the low pressure is created. So what is happening here, the during the summer monsoon low pressure is over the land, and during the retreating monsoon the low pressure is over the sea. Second point, during the summer monsoon, winds blows from the sea towards the land, vice versa. During the retreating monsoon, the wind blows from the land towards the sea. During summer monsoon, it brings heavy rainfall in the interior parts of India in the land. On the other hand, the retreating monsoon doesn't cause rain most of the part of India, but it does cause rain only in the eastern coast of Tamil Nadu and Odisha, because the retreating monsoon, while traveling back to its origin, it travels over Bay of Bengal, not yeah Bay of Bengal, and it gathers moisture and it causes rainfall only and only in the southern part of southern easternmost part of Tamil Nadu and Odisha. With this we come to the end of the first set of question. Our second set of question is question number 4. It is coming from the soil chapter, and first question is, why does alluvial soil differ in texture? And second part is just 1 mark only. Second part is, state 2 cash crops that grow well in cash crop, by the way, cash crop, not any crop. Mention any about 2 cash crops that grow well in alluvial soil. And your answer is like this. Alluvial soil differs in texture. Question is, why does it differ in texture? Alluvial soil differs in texture as it is formed by the deposition of rivers, and it is composed of pure substances like silica, clay and chalk. So the coarse material is deposited in higher altitude, whereas fine material is brought to the lower plane, and in the middle part it is a mixture. So we can say that texture is different because of the silica, clay, chalk, even bigger is called sand particles, etc. The coarse materials are deposited in different altitude in different manner. So this is the reason why the texture is different parts. Now 2 cash crop that grow very well in alluvial soil is, one is the sugarcane, and alluvial soil West Bengal and some part of Bihar is very famous. Jute, West Bengal, the jute is a very famous cash crop of the alluvial soil. Question number B. With reference to black soil, answer the following questions. Name one important crop which grows in this soil. Everybody knows this answer. Black soil, obviously everybody knows. And second part, give one chemical property of this soil. Well, everybody knows what grows very well in the black soil is cotton, and that's why black soil has got another name called cotton soil. And second part is, what is the chemical property? Well, they say one, but I always suggest that you can give 2-3 answers so that the right answer can be clicked, then be ticked. Geography also goes like the literature subject is called select the keyword and get the ticks. You are free to write or give 3, 4, 5 answers. It is the job of the examiner to pick up the one right word. So it contains high quantity of lime, iron, alumina, potash, magnesium, carbonates. Answer is only one. Okay. But for instance, if you write only one word and which is not correct, then of course you will not get marks. Therefore, it is better to give quite many names so that the right word will be picking up. Anyhow, all these words are very right for the chemical property like lime, iron, alumina, potash, magnesium, carbonates, and calcium, but it doesn't have the phosphorus. It's a negative quality, but there's also good quality. Third setup question, give one word, not give 1 mark answer question. Red soil requires irrigation. Give geographical reason. Afforestation prevents soil from getting eroded, and laterite soil is red in color. Very simple. Again, this is a 1 mark question only. So hit the keyword. Red soil requires irrigation because it is coarse but porous. Porous means if there is water, it percolates, it sinks very fast. So again and again with the call irrigation is required. And it's crumbly. Crumbly means it breaks. Its water retaining capacity is less. Therefore, the main point is the water retaining capacity is less. Therefore, red soil requires irrigation. Afforestation. Afforestation prevents soil erosion. First of all, you should know what is called afforestation. Afforestation means planting of more forest trees. So, afforestation, rather reforestation, or making a forest, called afforestation. So afforestation prevents soil because there is lots of trees, and trees roots they always help to bind the soil, and thus it prevents soil erosion. Third question is laterite soil is red in color. Why is so? Everybody knows that it is soil. The laterite soil is red because there is a presence of iron oxide. Fourth setup question. What is soil erosion? Mention 2 causes of soil erosion in India. These questions are very simple, children. So please concentrate, and again and again and again I will tell you, dear children, this textbook is very good, fantastic, there is no doubt about it. But if you want to score good marks in the exam, please by this time get reference books, and I always recommend you to go with the together with. If you, and maybe in the together with there are questions answered are repeated, thank God they are repeated. If they are repeated 3 4 5 times, it is automatically your studies will be over. But you can trust me, your predecessors, your elders, those who have already gone through and done, given the ICSE board exams, they have been very much they have benefited from this together with. So, but then one thing, if you are buying together with and studying it, then don't choose and read. If you are selecting one particular chapter, it has to be thoroughly, so that you will be well equipped to answer any question. Remember, your score should be 10 out of any chapter, a setup question. So get the book. This is already almost late. Buy the book, get the book, you can get from your seniors, and start doing this. Our fourth setup question is that what is soil erosion? It's a simple question, and these kind of simple questions only come. Removal of the topsoil or top layer of soil by water, wind, and human activities is known as soil erosion. So simple answer is the removal of the top layer of the soil. What are the 2 causes? You need not explain. Yes, you need not explain. What are the 2 causes? Running water, overgrazing, deforestation. Again, they are asking for only 2 causes. If you know 6 causes, write all the 6. Write all the 6. Okay? Writing extra is not, it is called punishable. But suppose you are giving 2 and they are asking for 2, out of which one is correct, one is not correct, then you are losing marks. You are losing. So therefore, I would always suggest, if they are asking for 2 answers, you write 4, 5, 6. If you know 6, write all the 6 answers. It is our job, it is the examiner's job to pick up the 2 right answers. Okay? In this context, I would say write that is called extra points. In this context, I will say write extra points. But I would strongly advise you not to write extra answers. There are many children, instead of writing answers rightly, whatever they are writing, their target is, I will not attempt 5, I will attempt 5 or 6 or 7 answers. I don't think it is going to help you a lot. You have got 9 sets of question. Choose the best 5 what you can write.
You can always calculate in your reading 15 minutes time, calculate then from each set of question how many you can score, etc., etc. Then why to go for extra instead of writing your whatever you know that is correctly. Okay, children. So with this we'll come to the end of today's lesson. As I said, I will what is called suggest to you that go through the ICSE board exam questions set of 2019, 18, 17, 16. If you want, you can do 15 also. If you do these 5 or 6 years or 7 question answers plus you're together with, if you study thoroughly, I bet, I promise, I can assure you can answer any questions. We can end up here, and I can just show you. There is question number 5, there is question number 6, there is question number 7, 8. All the questions answers are here, and we have got the answers also. And together with has discussed the all these sets of question answers till 2019. 2020 there was no exam, so there will be no question of 2020. So 2019 all the sets of questions are answered in the together with. So buy the book, study, all the best. Next class, don't miss. In the next class I'll be discussing about the project, how to go about the project and how to score 20 upon 20 in the project. So dear children, wish you all the best. Tomorrow being the Independence Day, I wish you a very happy Independence Day, and I wish you all of you good health. We are praying hard, praying to God that you will all come back to school soon. And what else? We can only say stay well, stay safe, keep yourself safe from any kind of danger, and study well. God bless you all.